it is Zaylee Barclay, and I just want to remind you that I make money every time I get on camera. That is my mantra, and I want to share that with you. I want you to say it too. Say it. I make money every time I get on camera. That's something that I've been teaching for the past few years, and I want to make sure I share it when I start every video because it's so true. The possibilities are endless. Listen, today we have some goodness to talk about. If you're here today and you haven't been here before, hi, my name is Zaylee Barclay, and my channel is dedicated to helping you build brand awareness or grow your brand and build, market, and sell online courses using video content. This can even be used for your services or just growing your online business. Using video content is so important, and that is my jam. So recently I held my camera confidence class, and I had such an amazing experience hosting that class. And one of the questions that I got in there, and I want to share it out here, and we will put that waitlist down below in the description box if you want to join our camera confidence class when we open up again. But one of the things that I got in there was, Zaylee, I don't know what to talk about if I'm just starting my YouTube channel. So today I want to give you a few tips and tricks that you can use if you are just starting your YouTube journey. And I really just want to explain it in a way that you really understand that video or YouTube is such a powerful way to communicate and to build community and to grow your audience and nurture them for your products and services. So I love YouTube specifically for that. I have a really small channel, and if you're watching, I'm so thankful that you're here, and I'm excited to share. Having a small channel does not mean that you're not able to get opportunities, create opportunities, connect with amazing people, sell your products and services. It just means that you have a closer knit community that you can actually build and share with, right? So the first thing that you need to know when you're thinking about using YouTube is that you want to use it for 3 things, all right? Okay, stick with me here. You want to use YouTube to build authority, right? To build authority so that people know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. You want to be seen as someone that is standing out in your industry as it pertains to what you're sharing on YouTube, especially if you are running an online business. We all know how important content is. So the other thing is that you want to create a strategy that actually shows your expertise. So that's kind of tying into the first thing, just so that people are aware of your knowledge and how much you know. And also educational content is the best marketing ever. When you're able to teach someone something about something that they didn't know, or teach them something that kind of opens up the need for more knowledge based on what it is you're teaching, or help them understand problems that are standing in the way from them accomplishing their goals or moving along their journey or further along their journey, it is really, really powerful. That's how people really realize, hey, that's the person that I want to take this journey with. That's the person that I want to learn more from. Now, what happens is when someone starts learning from you specifically about a specific topic or subject matter, they start looking at you as the go-to person, and then they start recommending you, referring you. They will want to work with you. And one thing about YouTube is that people are afraid to give on the platform. The more you give, the more people will be connected to exactly what it is that you're doing. So don't be afraid of giving too much. And, you feel like, well, if I give everything, people won't want to work with me. That's not true. And it's actually the exact opposite. And I can tell you that because I've been using YouTube. Tongue-tied there. I've been using YouTube for so many years to do exactly what I'm talking about. So the first thing in knowing exactly what you want to talk about is understanding who your ideal customer or client is. And this person is going to translate into your ideal subscriber, right? You have to know who they are. Get a picture of that person. Think about that person whenever you are creating content, whenever you're thinking about what you should put out there as it pertains to what you do. Make sure you know that person inside and out. What happens is when you are creating content, you can think about that person and keep that person in mind. And when you get on camera, you can act as if you're speaking directly to that person. For example, this video, I have someone in mind that I'm speaking directly to so that they're able to start building a content bank for their own YouTube channel just to get things started. So know exactly who you're talking to. It's going to make a big difference along this journey. Now, the next thing you want to do is know that person's pains. I understand exactly what my people are struggling with, the things that they are keeping themselves back from doing, and I know why they're doing it, and I have the solution. But it's good for me to understand the pains that they're having so that I can then position myself on YouTube as the solution to those pains. This is how YouTube works effortlessly for educating your clients or customers. It is such a game changer. Now, the next thing you want to know is their fears. What are their fears? What are they afraid of? For me, I know when it comes to people getting on camera, they're afraid of what people are going to think. They're afraid of stumbling or saying the wrong thing, or if they say the wrong thing, it's going to be on the internet forever. They're afraid of how they look and how they present to people. They're afraid of being their true selves on camera because they don't know if that would resonate. They're afraid of trolls. Listen, I can go on and on and on because I've spent so much time understanding my ideal client and customers that it is just so easy for me to tap into solutions for them or sharing why the things that they are afraid of are actually keeping them back. And I can actually even share or teach them what's the bigger thing that they're afraid of. And that's something that we cover in the Camera Confidence class as well. Just know your customers' fears, know the things that they are completely afraid of, and understand how these things are keeping them back from where they would like to be. Now, the next thing you got to know is their goals. What do they want on the other side of the pain and the fear that they're feeling? That's something that's really important because that's how you are going to understand how to position yourself, your offers, your expertise, because then you're able to relate to that. So when we start thinking about video content and actually creating things to speak about on YouTube, you can tap into that person's pains, their fears, and their goals, right? And you can start coming up with topics, and this can be 3 to 5 topics per pain, per goal, and per fear as well. So it's good to know these things so that you are able to then start speaking into that specific person. Now, another way to figure out what you can talk about on YouTube is to understand your specific framework or process that you have in your own services, or whether it's your online course, because what you're going to be talking about in your marketing is directly related to whatever it is that you're solving or sharing or teaching inside of your services or your online course, right? So you have to kind of understand, well, what is it that I'm teaching in here? What is my curriculum? What is my process for actually working with a client or customer? And you want to mark those things out. So you want to bullet point what your process is or what your formula is, and then you can start creating content around that. Then you can start creating like 3 to 5 points around your process. So let's say for me, my video academy is the Start, Shoot, Grow Academy. And because that's also my formula or my framework, my signature framework, I know what it takes for someone to start creating video content. And I can actually think about 3 to 5 topics that they would need to know in order to start. When it comes to shooting is kind of like that process where someone is creating video content but not yet monetizing, right? Or it's where, and that's why it's called shooting. They already know how to shoot that content, but now they want to kind of tie it to their income. And so I can think about 3 to 5 topics that they would need to know in order to be in that specific place, kind of thing, right? And when we go over to grow, that's the person who is growing their email list, they're growing their audience, they're also growing their income, everything is linked, and they want to know, well, how do I grow even more? How do I get brand partnerships and sponsorships? How do I become that person that everyone wants to work with or go to, so that person is, for growth. So then I can start creating content for that person specifically. So you want to think about your framework, think about your process for working with people, and definitely map out what someone needs to know in order for them to get to that place or space in your specific framework. I hope that makes sense. If you want a longer video on that, definitely let me know. Now, I want to interrupt and just remind you that when you start your YouTube channel, you're not thinking about views, you're not thinking about all the things that we think about when we think about YouTube. You're thinking about building a portfolio of video content, or you're thinking about building a foundation, right? So just a foundation of content. If you have questions that people ask you about constantly in your business or about your online course, create a video about it, because the more people that ask you the same question, you're going to be able to send them that video and start getting that person into your ecosystem. Now, this reminds me of a video I created probably like 2 months ago. Everyone asked me on Instagram, Zay, how are you actually putting captions into your reels? And I'm like, you know what? Let me just do a video about it. And still, even though I created a few months ago, people still ask me in my stories, how are you putting captions in your reels? How are you putting captions in your stories? And I'm able to send them that reel that I made, right? And it was pretty quick and simple. And that reel got a few likes and views. It did very well. And so I'm saying that just to say it was a solution to a question people were always asking. And you're able to use your YouTube channel in the same exact way. So think about this like a content bank that you're creating for your ideal customer or client. Think about that person. And like I said, let's think about their fears, their pains, and their goals as well. Now, I think we're up to number 7 now, but the other way that you can find topics to talk about on your YouTube channel is to search Pinterest. YouTube is a search engine and Pinterest is a search engine, and they kind of work in the same way. Find topics that work really well on Pinterest as it pertains to your topic that you are talking about or sharing about, and recreate those topics. Don't steal, because I'm not a fan of that. What can actually make you different is your expertise and your experience. There's something different about you than the person that is on Pinterest. So make sure that you are actually making that content your own, right? I want you to be really intentional about how you create your content. And when we think about content, one of my favorite books is Austin Kleon's Steal Like an Artist. When you think about content, yes, you can take inspiration from it, but make it your own. Also, of course, when you're doing video content, your personality is in there. You are just in there, right? You are just making that content different, but make sure to put in your own expertise. Don't copy things, line by line, but just be inspired by whatever it is you find. But for me, sometimes I go through Pinterest and I find a bunch of posts that kind of inspire me to recreate that content here on YouTube. So I hope that is helpful. Now, number 8 is look around on YouTube and see what content is see what people are talking about in your industry, see what people are talking about, see what the bigger conversation that is happening around your topic or in your industry, and contribute to that with your own experience. For example, there's a conversation going on right now about burnout. And let me tell you, I am just recently getting out of a phase of burnout. And let me know if it would be helpful for you to share, or for me to share how I got out of my burnout situation. And I would actually share what happened to me to really stop me from I had a hard stop. And then when I realized, oh my gosh, I'm going through so much burnout and I need to just step back, right? Let me know if you want to see that video. And if you did, and you're looking at this video kind of late, I'll make sure and put that video in the description box as well. You want to make sure that you look at conversations. So burnout is a conversation right now. So I want to contribute to that because I had my own burnout experience that is definitely different from whatever it is that I'm seeing in my industry, right? So, think about conversations that are happening in your industry and think about how you can contribute to them. Now, number 9 is the last one. And this one is really, really good. And it's something that I always do, and I do it on my channel all the time as well. Ask your audience what they want to see from you. And I know sometimes you might ask and nobody answers. Ask again. Keep asking. Don't like, I don't care. I'm going to ask again. I'm going to ask again. I'm going to ask, because you know why? As your audience grows, first of all, not everyone sees posts all the time. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, new people are finding you every day on YouTube. So don't be afraid to ask people, what do you want to see from me? What can I answer for you? What can I help you with? And you can also create content from that. P.S. What do you guys want to see from me next? Make sure and leave it down below, and I will be sure to answer you and let you know if that's something that I'm excited to create, because I have a bunch of topics that I want to talk about, or if it's a good idea. And I'm sure that you guys have amazing ideas. All right, guys. So I hope this was really helpful for you starting your content journey. I can go so much deeper into this, but we'll stop here today, and I will definitely be creating more videos around this topic if you guys want to see more about what you should talk about on YouTube, right? Maybe I'll find some other points, but this is a good base place to start. I hope this is helpful for you. If it is, definitely let me know. And if you've gotten this far into the video, you should subscribe. I don't know why you're not subscribed yet. So hopefully you're subscribed. And if you're not, do so. And if you are, turn your notification bell on so that you'll know when I upload another video. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. And remember that you make money every time you get on camera. I'll see you guys. Bye.